It's square. Why is the camera square? It's always been rectangular. It's not the point. It's just weird. Okay. If you were in the second breakout room with Debbie, where she talked about the student spaces in SchoolAI, this is very, very similar. The key difference here is that these are spaces meant for you as a teacher, for your own development and purposes. So I am going to pull up the slides that we went through in that breakout room. I went over the SAMR model, which if you are unfamiliar, I would YouTube SAMR model explanation and find a very short video that walks you through it. But it's essentially a framework for self-reflection for how we use technology in the classroom. And I talked a little bit about how AI tools for teachers can be used on the creativity portion or the productivity portion. There's kind of a continuum there. And I think that teacher spaces in SchoolAI can kind of oscillate anywhere in there. They can help you be more productive, but you could also build them to help you boost your creativity or dig in and do some creative thinking. As Debbie pointed out in the live session, the idea here is that these are recurring, that you'd be consistently going back to something like this. So I also do like to talk to people a little bit about some of the appropriate and ethical use. So make sure you're grabbing those slides and you're looking at like appropriate use and just things to be thinking about, specifically uploading personally identifying information to these things and being careful around that, being on the alert for bias and incorrect information and outputs, and then always keeping the human in the process of that. So what you want to do is you want to get to SchoolAI 2.0, which looks like this. And then over here on the left-hand side, you are going to get this little, just hover over it, boop, pops out, very satisfying. You're going to go to create a space. And then here down, you're looking for the middle one here down below where it says teacher productivity. I'm going to click on that. And then you are going to build your bot, your little creative productivity guide, pal, buddy, whatever. It's getting a little late and I'm getting a little loopy. That you're just going to build that through natural language. So you're literally just going to talk to this thing and type out or voice text here what it is you want this thing to do, what you want it to help you create. And they've got some guiding questions here. These ones over here on the left are the ones that I like to give people, which you'll see they're similar to the ones over here. But namely, what do you want this thing to do? How do you want it to work, and what purpose is it going to serve? The more information you can give, the better. The more you can upload and provide background knowledge, the better. So go through and you'll just talk to this and follow it to its natural conclusion. Again, detail, 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 context, context, context. Once you are done, it'll automatically create it and you can launch it. And then you can always go back and find them, all the previous ones you've made here under this organize option. And so the one that I showcased and gave people here was this UDL lesson co-planner. If I wanted to go back and use this for my own purposes, I could click on this and then you'll see I've got a couple of different sessions going. So I could hit new session and I could use this just for myself, for my own individual purposes, or I could give a link and give it to like coworkers, principals, building, PLC, that type of stuff. So I could click on this and just give them a link, or I could just use it myself. And then at any time, I can come in here, like I can click on this one, and I can see the progress of my team as they are working with this. So I gave it to Mallory and Debbie just to play around with, just to make sure they clicked on it and the link could work. So I could click on here, and had we actually played with it, I would see all of Mallory's chats here. Notice if I click on this, I can see a little bit more because I was goofing around with this a little bit as well. But if I were to go back here and I were to click on the one that just says for myself, I'd click on this, and instead of seeing mission control, I would see the actual chat itself here. So then I could talk to this and keep this going and actually use this and have it output things for me. So the other thing that I really like to do that it might just be a little bit faster to get to is you could just bookmark the chat by simply coming up here and clicking that. You hit done, it saves it to your bookmarks bar, and I click on this, and it's automatically going to open that up for me. I can just continue where I left off.